What's up, guys? Today we're taking a look at this knife. This is the Begg Astio. This is the production version with D2 steel and these black G10 handles. Now I think they did a really good job of like contouring these, making them all smooth. It's like a smooth G10. It's not very rough. You can't really feel like any kind of pattern on it or anything. It's pretty smooth. It's got this beautiful, what is that, a compound recurve Tanto clip point harpoon blade. It's a very wild kind of blade shape there on this one. You can see there really crazy grind lines. It's got like a hollow grind here, and then it's flat out at the secondary edge there. But this is a steel frame lock, just a nice steel clip with a ball bearing. I like the pivot collar that they did here. You see it did have a collar on both sides. It looks really nice. It's got these little holes in the blade. It's pretty cool. And it's a flipper only. As you can see there, works really well. It's kind of a stiffer detent, so you can't really fail it. Very smooth. When you get it to flip, it definitely comes out every time. You see there, it's the Begg Knives logo on this side. On that side, it's a JVO design. Pretty cool knife. I don't know a whole lot of the... I know this is based off of a custom Begg knife design. I don't know a whole lot about the designer or a lot about the original, but I know it looks cool. I just got it on eBay and I want to check it out because I heard it was a really good flipper. D2 G10 flipper. I mean, D2 and G10 seems pretty, common. It's a very common combination of materials. You see a lot of knives out there with D2 and G10 flippers, especially. But this one, it's built, I think, a little bit better. The action is, I would say, smoother. Definitely smoother action. You see there it drops with just a little bit of encouragement. Running on bearings. Pretty well made. I don't know if it's worth the $120 price point. I think it's what it's at. I don't think it's worth that much. I would see it more as like a $75 knife, maybe $80 knife. But, it's not bad. It's pretty comfy. Thumb lands up here right behind this, right behind the harpoon kind of deal. Two fingers land in this position right here. Between here and here. Fits well. And then the rest of the hand goes up here. This one's a little bit stuck. It's a little bit squished right between where it flares out here. But, it's pretty comfy. Overall, it's pretty comfy. The back of it's pretty comfy. I wish this part wasn't so weird. It kind of like comes up and then swoops down. It's a little bit strange. Feels a little bit weird in the hand, but it still fills it up enough to where, you get a good grip on it. This little part in here feels a little bit hollow when you're holding it like that. There's nothing there. But, yeah, it's comfy enough. Nice hollow grind. Slice is alright. It's a little bit thicker, looks like. I know it's not super thin, but not super thick either. I don't know, I'd call it average, average thickness behind the edge. I just think it looks cool. I like how they did this like milling line on the front area and then the back as well. It's a steel frame lock. You can see the lock up there. Nice and smooth and consistent. Just a little bit of KPL and it drops pretty well. And then you can see it's perfectly centered. Almost. Is it? Yeah, it's perfectly centered. No detent lash. Completely and totally solid when it's locked out. That's another thing that's impressive about this one. It's completely solid and it's still very smooth. Drop shut. So you don't usually find that on a knife that's cheaper, but that's why this one's I think that's why this one's a little bit more expensive. It's because of that. You get completely solid lock up with really smooth action. So I think it's built a little bit better than WE knives are, or Civivi knives, sorry. I think it's built a little bit better than maybe a Praxis or something like that. But it's not like, I don't know, it's built really well, but it's still using D2 and G10, so it's maybe on the cheaper side. But I think this clip could have been different. The clip doesn't work super great because it's like angled in a weird way. It's got these two screws there, and it's like angled sideways, which is a little bit weird. a little bit strange. I wish it was more deep carry. You know, you have like that much sticking out of your pocket, or I guess it would be like that much sticking out of your pocket. I just wish it was a different clip. The ball bearing's still pretty cool. They could keep the ball bearing. It's just seems a little bit, I don't know, flimsy or just weird looking. I don't think it goes with the design very well. But maybe that's just me. Definitely, there's some jimping down here, so you definitely feel that when you hold it. It's a little bit aggressive, but not too bad. And then there's some jimping on the backspacer. You can tell here, which is a little bit aggressive, but it's fine. Good blade to handle ratio as well, which is kind of nice. A little bit of a strange design, but it's all right. Let's do some size comparisons here. Up against some bigger knives, the PM2 and the ZT 0308. Let's move these up. You can see them here. So there you go. Tilt this down. See there? So line the back of them up so you can see just how long it is. So it's about the size of a PM2. Yeah, overall length just about the size of a PM2. Pretty much exactly the same. Of course, it's smaller than the 308. And then let's compare it to the QSP Penguin and the Benchmade Bug Out. So you can see here, it's a little bit bigger than both of those. So I'd call it a full-size knife, just a full-size medium knife. You know, 3.5-inch blade-ish. Let's see if I can measure it here. Yeah, 3.5-inch blade. So, which I consider very medium size. That's what I consider the average medium size knife to be. These are slightly small for my hands, but that's, you know, a lot of people consider these very medium size knives. So anyway, that's some size comparisons for you. And then let's take the weight on this, if I can find my scale over here. I need to find a better space for the scale, but anyway, let's take the weight. Oh dear. And it'll be 4.9 ounces. So it's a little bit heavier, but not too bad. Overall, pretty good knife. Nice flipper. Definitely smooth and consistent. You know, nothing super, you know, crazy. I think the biggest part about this knife is the design, how it looks. It looks really cool. It's got a cool blade, big swoopy top here, and it's got the fuller that runs out with the dots, the holes drilled into the handle, into the blade, which looks pretty cool. And I like how they did it here, and they did it in the lock bar as well. Kind of goes together well. I think it looks pretty good all the way around, except for the clip, which is a little bit weird, but I like the smooth G10 better than the rough G10. This material, it's got this cool like lines in it. Looks really nice. It's got a lot of screws. I don't know why they did this. They added like, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screws. It's got a lanyard hole here. So if you like lanyard holes, that's a thing. I think maybe they did that to go with the holes in the blade. How many dots there are I don't know. But anyway, overall pretty cool knife. Nothing crazy, amazing or anything. It's just a really good D2 G10 flipper. If you like the design, then maybe try checking it out. But I don't know. Other than that, it's just your average pocket knife. Feels the hand nice though. So that is the Begg Knives Astio. Let me know what you guys think. And please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.